Hello everybody, I hope you're all good, and I welcome all of you back to this Monday afternoon. And like I promised, we're actually going to do things a little bit different, and this is where I was actually going to sort of give you guys a little bit of my backstory for those who don't know exactly who I am, and just a little bit as to why I'm doing these sorts of videos. I feel like that would be a great thing to talk about. So first of all, we're in Morpeth, and specifically we're in this little just slightly outside Morpeth called Carlisle Park, and I'll give you guys a little bit of a view over the horizon, shall we? Right, sorry about that. I had to take a very snap phone call at the moment, and as I was saying before, as we're just sort of like looking over Morpeth right now, and we're sort of gonna explore a little bit of Carlisle Park, just to do something a bit different. I should just point out that whilst we are here, it's one of those places I was almost unsure about whether I was ever really wanted to come back to this place, because it was here in March earlier this year that I was finally a broken man, and I faced a very real possibility that being stuck in this place, that I might just sort of wither away. And yet somehow I managed to avoid a catastrophe that probably saved my life. I don't know how much that is true, but you know what, it certainly feels true at the moment, because that feeling, that sensation, it's just sort of, well, it's come back again in a way I wasn't quite anticipating. But with that being said, let's explore a bit of the park, shall we? Right, so it's already a bit of a steep incline anyway, and now we have to sort of like go up a slightly larger one just to it's a pretty high point going through the park. You can see there it gets steeper again, which ironically is kind of what this year has been like, is that it starts off low, and then all of a sudden the path becomes a lot steeper, and you're not even too sure if you could even get to the end of it, because we've only been walking for about a minute and I'm already seriously out of breath. Still, at least I was assured it wasn't going to be raining. And now, all of a sudden, the path like mellows out a bit. Still, it's just it's a pretty steep drop there. I'm not too sure about these steps. Like, I think I'd rather, let's see if hopefully there's like a hillish sort of terrain and we can just walk down from there. Now, if I'm right in thinking, I think there's meant to be some sort of train station on the outskirts of Carlisle Park. Well, at least there was on the sort of town map that they drew when you come into Morpeth. So let us, as they say, investigate. And yeah, as I was just trying to say before, yeah, this is sort of like a little bit of the some of the after effects of like Storm Amy that came in and over the weekend. Quite a windy day, to say the least. Sorry that I pressed to stop recording just there. So. Let's keep going. Oh yeah, I remember like playground constructions like that. There used to be some that we had one just like that when I was like 11 years old, something like that, and then yeah, it's no longer there. Maybe they just moved it up here or something. I don't know. Don't remember these rocks, these logs being here. Maybe they've been here for ages and stuff like that, and they've made like a makeshift bench actually, which, well, it's not bad actually. I mean, actually got at this really, really quietly. I don't know if the squirrel's still knocking about. I don't really want to disturb it or spook it. Oh, there she is. There she is. Oh, there she is. Okay, don't worry. And there's loads of nests in that tree. That squirrel's just gone up. So yeah, we'll try not to like disturb it. And, oh my god, there's another one. Okay, we're just gonna sort of crawl a little bit, just past her. We're not gonna disturb her. Shh, everyone be quiet. Let's just really, really, really quiet. Right, okay. Right, I'll just try and keep this quiet and we'll continue when we actually get into Morpeth. Right, okay, so we've just sort of come out the Carlisle Park a little bit, and we're going to sort of like do a little bit of a ring route just around Morpeth. The last time I went on a ring route like this, it was about 6 years ago when I last did this. And I must just say, you know what, I prefer this already. I think I prefer this than being in the city centre in Newcastle, because there is something fascinatingly quiet about this. Another strong breeze, and that you can tell that the entire tree is going to come down now. Right. It's apparently meant to be good for crayfish, actually, doing it in the river, from what I've been told. See, here we are, Carlisle, and I'll let you guys have a little bit of a little look at this. Do Benton bats, grey wagtails, kingfishers, tree creepers, great spotted woodpeckers, and red squirrels. It couldn't have been possible that those what we saw back there, they were red squirrels, were they? Not exactly what you call up to date with identifying squirrels, but oh well. It's actually quite a lot more fishermen in waders and stuff like that, and I haven't seen people wear waders in years. Right. Now that we've sort of like come round Carlisle Park, we're now going to head into the actual town centre of Morpeth. Off we go. Side. But the others. Fine, around like a car. What they described as king calls. We'll just cross the street and we'll Kitty's Airbnb. St. Robert of Newminster RC Church. See that? Ooh. Is it just gone 3 o'clock? Let me take a look. Nah, quarter to 3. Quarter to 3. Very nice. Skin & Co. Morpeth of Jessica Jade. Looks like it's been renovated. Barbers. Handmade creations. It's like that. What was that one Wallace and Gromit film? Was it A Close Shave where they had the full? Oh, never mind. Yeah, it was A Close Shave. Oh well, never mind. Oh yes, look at that, guys. A cheese shop. Look at that. Hopefully they sell cheese. It will be a. We might never know. Oh well. Well, here we are, by the way, on the Carlisle Morpeth Town Centre. Quite a nice place, really.
And then you pay the money, and then you want.
Seems a bit more built up and stuff like that, and looks like there's a little bit more competition and stuff like that. A little bit out into the country and whatnot. Yeah, let's just do a little exploring. It's a nice pet supply shop. Surprisingly, it's a lot more like privately owned stuff around here, and nothing really bee and botanist. Oh, it's a florist. There is actually quite a lot more florists that even open up in Morpeth. Travel agencies. Holidays in Britain can be booked at travel agents like that. Now, the word holiday is actually derived from the Greek word holidius, which directly translates as sex with coach driver. Then, of course, you got your white stuff in the background, guys. What do you think? Do you want a bit of white stuff? Oh, you want the white stuff. It's part of the good stuff. Look at that. Good stuff and white stuff. I thought I was quite on board with, a lack of privately owned stuff, and everything seems quite local, and probably a little bit more so than on average, but what can you do? Right. Great. EEBT available. Pleased to meet you at the corner right there. Old Herald office. I think they sell like greens cards in that place with K's, I think. Plants by Dobbies, they say. Well, where are they? It says plants by Dobbies. Well, where are they?
All right.
Yeah. Dear me. Oh well, never mind, eh? That time of year, I suppose. Right, off we go. Anyway, so yeah, what looks like building agencies, and it does get a little bit more built up, and maybe some of the stores around here are like more chains and stuff like that, but well, what can you do? It's for the masses and whatnot. Right. Let's go. Afternoon, ladies.
It's not the nicest though, is it?
children northeast is also, I think, yeah, shut up and gone. More charity shops. Phoenix barbers down a little undergrowth, and little back passages. Quite a lot of back passages, more than I was anticipating around here. Or at least from what I remembered anyways. Mind you, like, a bit of an auspicious place to have like a church on the middle of a roundabout, but there you are. World's smallest Greek restaurant, audiologist. Nice little bistros and casual cocktails, coffee, casual dining. Hopefully all at once. And also, look at that. A house within a building. Look at that. Right. Let's keep rolling. Off we go again. The United Reformed Church. We pray for the lapse on CO2 emissions. And so yeah, we will just come over the bridge. Riverside Walk. We've got about 20 more minutes. I thought that scheduling for bus is a little bit, it's more art than science. So I'll tell you what, since we do have a bit more time on our hands, we'll take it a little bit over there, shall we? Just sort of like so we can sort of finish where we started. I suppose while we do have a little bit of time left, Borough of Morpeth. These gates and pillars were presented in 1929 by Alderman William Duncan JP to his native town of Morpeth. The corporation has placed this commemorative tablet as a tribute to Alderman Duncan's generous gifts and services to the borough. Good for old Duncan anyway. So yeah, we sort of have just sort of come a little bit for full circle by coming back to Carlisle Park, but then again, look at that, guys, Morpeth Court just right there. And I know that that clock over there has been stuck for a while, but you know what? Just as a stop clock, it gives the correct time twice a day. That's it, I guess. I have nothing better to add to that, so let's just take another little quick, just as a little bit of something extra. I think they call this the William Turner Garden over here. Emily Wilding Davidson, by the way, that's who that was. You know, I will say actually, just to end off this video, I will say it actually feels quite serene and quite good to actually end a video in a garden. I don't know if it's just because it feels quieter or whether or not learning something about this place feels a little bit more still, and you can find places like these all over the world, but it just gives you a bit of peace in mind, a little alone time, and well, even though, you know, winter is on its way, it doesn't feel too cold, and hopefully it won't feel too cold when winter time comes around again. So with that being said, I hope all of you guys enjoyed a quiet but a pleasant little trip around Morpeth and Carlisle Park, and I'll see all of you guys again next time. Thank you.